Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Makindra. If you are new here, then I would love to have you a part of this family, so go ahead and press that subscribe button and maybe leave a like if you end up liking this video, maybe just a little bit or whatever. Today I'm going to be discussing weeks 24 through 28 of my pregnancy so far. I am currently 31, well I'll be 31 weeks tomorrow, so 30 weeks and 6 days today. So like always, I'm just going to be referring to my phone to tell you guys my symptoms. I'm just basically gonna, if you don't already know what this video is about or what I talk about, I'm basically just discussing what I've been going through, like my symptoms or just some physical stuff that's been going on with my body that I've noticed throughout these weeks of my pregnancy. And if you haven't already seen the previous videos, I would highly recommend those, unless you're in this stage of where you just found me and you're like 25 weeks pregnant or something, or 30 weeks pregnant, or whatever the case might be. But thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really appreciate it, and I love you guys to pieces. So thank you for supporting me. I really appreciate that. Now let's go ahead and get right into this video. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna be referring to my phone for my notes, because I always leave my notes in here of all my symptoms or what I've been going through for that week. So we're just gonna start off on week 24. I'm just gonna recap. I was having heat flashes, I said, especially at night. My nausea returned, my hips were widening. I had minor ligament pain in my lower abdomen, and then my stomach, it tightens up every once in a while, and it could be really discomforting, but it doesn't hurt at all. It just kind of feels like there's no more room in my stomach for anything, and so that's really uncomfortable. And that was my first week officially back at school, so it was actually a really good week. It wasn't a bad week at all. So week 25, my insomnia starts. So I have been having a really hard time sleeping throughout the night. It started specifically at week 25, I swear, like on the first day, like that Tuesday that I turned 25 weeks, I was like, that night I was like, oh, I felt so sick. I couldn't sleep. I was just up. I was tossing and turning. I just felt so uncomfortable. My stomach is like getting in the way. And not only that, she moves so much when I'm laying down. So it's like so uncomfortable. Like I literally feel somebody like kicking my arm or hitting my arm or whatever limb may be hitting me. I feel it coming out of my skin, and it's just like, wow, like that actually happened kind of thing. So that's just one of those, like it keeps you awake. You're tossing and turning because your stomach is so uncomfortable. There's like no more room. But I was also at 25 weeks, and it gets just even worse like throughout the weeks when you get bigger. So I've noticed anyways, it's getting a lot harder to go to sleep. My nausea had returned, like I said, in week 24, but week 25 is when I started really noticing like certain foods that I would eat that would make me so sick. Like, it's gonna sound crazy, but dairy, all of it, cheese, milk, yogurt, it does not matter what it is. If it's dairy, I feel so sick from it. In my coffee, my creamer in the coffee makes me sick to my stomach. I've thrown up twice because of this. Like, I would drink it and I would be fine drinking it. It would be no problem. But as soon as it like settled for like 15-30 minutes, it was like game over. I'm done. I have to lay down or else I'm going to throw up kind of thing. And then another thing is still ground beef. Like, I think I've said this in my previous videos, ground beef, like meat, just is disgusting to me right now. I just cannot stand it. And especially when it's being cooked, I can't even think about it. It's so gross. But it's gotten so much worse. Like, I can just see it raw, and I'm like thinking that I want to just throw up. Like, I just feel like I have to throw up just from looking at it, just from thinking about it. But when it's cooking, it's even worse. Like, I can't stand it in anything. Like, I ate it in lasagna last night, but I literally picked it out and just ate the pasta noodles and the sauce, and I called it good. But it's just, I don't know what it is. Dairy and meat, it's like this baby is like vegan or something, or vegetarian, whatever. I don't have very much knowledge in either of those categories, so I don't know which one it would fall under. And then this is when my chocolate craving began, but then I've noticed that chocolate gives me heartburn and acid reflux, so that's really weird, but yeah. Week 26, so this is when my cravings got intense, you guys. So fruit roll-ups and Gushers and Starbursts were like everything to me. They just like, it felt so intensified that I needed that like sweet, sugary, fruity taste. It's the fruitiness of it. Like, I love fruit, and fruit will satisfy that sweetness every once in a while, but like I eat like 6 fruit roll-ups like every single night, or I eat at least a packet of Gushers. I have something for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I have something sweet with it, like either of those of what I've told you so far. But this is when it like really intensified, and it has not slowed down. Like, I went through a whole box in like 3 weeks of the big variety pack, and I've got a problem. So now I'm having a really hard time breathing at this point. At week 26 is when she started really coming up and pushing on my diaphragm, and I just hurt in like that middle part, like middle upper part of your abdomen. It just hurt so much, and it felt like I could not breathe. Like, I cannot catch my breath at any point. Like, going up and down the stairs is like a struggle for me because I'm just huffing and puffing. But I just feel like when she's up so high, I just feel so much discomfort from that, and I feel like I have no room for her. And when I eat, I notice that I just can't eat that much anymore either, because it all feels so congested in that area that it feels like I have no room to consume anymore, if that makes sense. Week 27 was a really long week for me. We had a hospital visit. Long story short, I was at work, and my doctor had prescribed me to take, what is that called? Monistat 7, because he thought that I might have had an infection, a yeast infection. Turns out I didn't have a yeast infection. I had a UTI, I think, or so they thought. They weren't really sure. But anyways, he thought I had a yeast infection, so I got the Monistat 7, and I had been taking that. I had no discomfort at this point other than the varicose veins that are down there that I've discussed on my channel before. I'll link that if you're confused or wonder what that is. So I went to my doctor's and I told him about it. I told him that, you know, my discharge is getting a little heavy. I told him that I'm still uncomfortable down there. And then one day at work, it wasn't a long day at work. I just felt uncomfortable, just with my body. Like, everything just felt just really discomforted that day. And so I went to the bathroom because I felt like I was super wet down there. Like, it was like a lot. At this point, I was already on day 6 of the Monistat, so I knew that that couldn't have been anything associated with that. I know that it's like the next day, you know, it still comes out and stuff like that. It's still like cleansing. But the only problem with that was that usually by this time of day, around like 10 o'clock, this was like done. Like, it wasn't still leaking out or anything like that. So I went to the bathroom and I checked, and there was a lot of fluid. I leaked through my underwear. I wear leggings underneath my maternity pants because I can't fit my maternity pants in the legs. And then also my jeans. So I freaked out thinking that maybe my water broke. At week 27, I was kind of really worried. I called my mom and asked her about it. She told me to go straight to the emergency room just to get it checked out, just in case, just so we could be prepared if it was something more. But other than that, I wasn't experiencing any pain. I was just in complete like panic because I didn't know what was going on with my body. So then I called the hospital, or I called I called urgent care because I wanted to see if they could take me before I just went to the hospital, because I really didn't want to show up to the emergency room. Picked up Shane from home. We went straight to the hospital. We checked in, and they said that I had a UTI, a urinary tract infection, and this was causing the leakage. Apparently it like makes you leak out more discharge, including a little bit of urinating. Even though you don't know that you're peeing a little bit, you are, which I thought was really weird because I really didn't feel it. I thought that it was a UTI, but honestly I had no symptoms. I wasn't in any pain, I wasn't itching, I wasn't nothing, not a single symptom for a yeast infection or a UTI. It just, neither of them, just, I was fine. I felt completely fine. I didn't feel anything down there. I still don't. There's a lot to this story, sorry. We came home, or I went back to work. I worked those a couple extra hours, and I was exhausted because I was like crying on the way there because I was like, she's too little, she can't be born yet, blah, blah, blah. I was freaking out because I didn't know if it was my water or if it was just something else. Thank God it was something else because I was not ready to have her then. Yeah, and then during the hospital visit, they were like, they put that thing on you to track contractions, and I actually was having some Braxton Hicks and I didn't even know it. So there's that. Okay, and so the doctor prescribed me some medication at the hospital. They prescribed me a medication to help with that infection, and I was taking it, and the craziest thing happened to me. Like one morning I woke up feeling really good actually. I took my medication, I went downstairs, I ate, and I had some orange juice, and this was probably like around my probably my third day of taking it, and I still had like a lot more days. And so I come upstairs and I'm like editing a video, and so I felt this sudden urge, like I had to go poop, like I had to go, right? And it's really gross or whatever, but I'm just gonna be so honest with you guys. Like I had to go really, really bad. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So I'm running to the bathroom because I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna poop my pants or not. So I make it to the bathroom, I'm sitting on the toilet and I can't go. And I'm like, what? Like my body's telling me that I need to go, I need to go. So I'm like sitting there for a while, and then all of a sudden I get like super hot. Like I'm sweating, and I do not sweat easily, but I'm drenched, like I'm sweating. I'm stripping my clothes off while I'm sitting on this toilet. And it was just, I was just feeling so uncomfortable. I was so hot. I had these weird like pains in my stomach. And then all of a sudden I just get dizzy. So I'm like, okay, I need to go lay down in my bed. So I'm coming from the bathroom and I'm going to lay in my bed, and all of a sudden like I like lean over to the sink because I lost like balance because I'm so lightheaded and dizzy that I just puke all over the sink. Everything that I had just eaten just all comes up. This medication made me so sick. It was crazy. I don't know if it was just because it was a really like high, and like it had a lot in the medication, and it was just too much for my body to handle all at once, or whatever the case may have been. But I didn't know if it was a medication or if it was just a pregnancy thing. So I thought I'd include it in this video just because it was really random, and I felt like this 2 other times before this, but I never threw up. I always just got really hot, started taking off my clothes, and then just got dizzy, and then I felt better afterwards. But it always felt like it was always starting with me having to run to the bathroom because I thought I was gonna poop my pants. It was really weird for me. This week also, I got super depressed. I was so sad. I don't know why. I felt so down about myself. I felt so down about everything. I was so negative, and I don't know why I felt that way. I really hated how I felt like that because it's just not me. I'm not like that. And even Shane noticed it. I was just very quiet. I kept to myself. I didn't really talk a whole lot. I don't know. It was a really, really bad week for me. So my feet started to swell at this point. I mean, my feet were kind of swelling before, but this week, week 27, it started really, really to like blow up, but only in one foot, only in my left foot, which I thought was really weird. And then also my veins became really noticeable, like in the back of my knees and in my feet. Like they're huge. They look huge. And then on my stomach as well, like my veins are starting to show a lot too. But I thought I'd include that in here. Oh, week 28 is when I threw up. So just, yeah. I just felt, week 28, I felt very dehydrated all the time. I didn't feel like I could get enough water or enough food in me. I always felt really, really hungry and really, really thirsty. Like I'm thirsty right now, but I've been drinking so much water. It's crazy, and I don't like water, which is the weird thing, is I hate water. I hate the way that it tastes. I know that's crazy to say, but I do. I don't like water, but I've been craving it, and I've been drinking a lot of it. And it's good. It's really good that I'm drinking a lot, but I just feel like I can never satisfy that thirst, you know what I mean? This is a week where my belly blew up. Like it really started to show. My belly button is starting to poke out a little bit. It's not as like inverted, it's coming out. My acid reflux and heartburn started getting really bad, to the point where I'm just burping and everything's just coming up, and it's burning. Everything burns, and it sucks when I'm trying to lay down and go to sleep and I have it, and I take Tums, and then the Tums don't even help. I'm like, oh, it's so uncomfortable. So I just have to lay there and just like try to force myself to go to sleep, or just try to like move through it, because it's just heartburn and acid reflux. And then sometimes I just want to throw up because I feel like it might help, but I don't, because I hate throwing up. I have been very constipated this week. Pooping felt like it was a chore. It was so so gross, I know, but it's gotten so bad to where I'm just not going anymore, and I feel like it's just too much going on in my stomach. I'm super bloated. I have a baby in there, and she's pushing up on my diaphragm and all my other insides. And then also I'm constipated, so that's just everything is just being smushed in there, and I feel like it's so uncomfortable all the time. And I try to relieve that, and I try not to take what is the word? Laxatives. I try not to take laxatives because I hate laxatives. I think they're gross. But I'm thinking that I'm gonna have to start taking them at least a little bit. But I don't have time to just sit on the toilet all day. I have stuff to do every single day of the week. So it's not like I have time where I could just be like, okay, this day I'm gonna take it and relieve myself, because I know I'm gonna be stuck on a toilet like forever. So I don't want to do that yet. Week 28 is when I could feel her move every single time she moves. Like, I know when she's moving, I know when she's awake, I know when she's sleeping. Right now she's not moving a whole lot. I mean, I don't know that she's sleeping, but I know that she is not moving inside of me. So I know that she's probably like resting or something. This is jumping, but I felt hiccups, and they're so cute when they have hiccups. But anyways, I feel her moving all the time now, and it's awesome. I love being able to feel her move, and she's getting so strong. It's crazy. Like, I could feel her, like you could see like stuff coming out of my stomach. It's crazy. Sometimes I feel like she's just gonna poke through. Oh, I can push her when she's like kicking me. I could push whatever she's like kicking or pushing up against me, whatever limb it may be. I could push it, and she like moves like really fast. She's like, what is that? Like, what just touched me? But it's so cute, and sometimes I get scared because I'm like, oh my god, I just like pushed something. I don't know what it was. I hope it didn't hurt her. But it's pretty cool. And then she also, I said in my notes, she's all up in my ribs. She really is. She's kicking my ribs, and it hurts. It's just uncomfortable. Like, I have to like adjust myself and try to push her down. But that never seems to work for me. And then also, this is the week that I put headphones on my stomach, and she was listening to Dr. Seuss. It was the cutest thing. She started moving around like crazy, so I know how to get her to move when I want her to move. But that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, or even found it helpful knowing all of these symptoms. I know it's not a lot for this video, but honestly, that's just my weeks, my 4 weeks. So I am 31 weeks pregnant tomorrow, so then hopefully in a couple weeks I'll be able to update you guys on my week 28 through 34? No, 32. Weeks 28 to 32, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how to do math, apparently. Before I go, I'll go ahead and show you guys a baby bump. I forgot to do that and almost left you guys without it, so let me do that. I am currently almost 31 weeks pregnant. Look at my little baby. I am still using that lotion, by the way. If you guys did not already know, the Palmer's one. Look at my belly button, it's almost poked out. It's coming out, it's crazy. But yeah, I still have that line. It's becoming more defined. Yeah. See all my lines from sitting down? But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, then please leave a like and a comment. Comment down below if you're a mom, or if you're going through any of the symptoms that I'm going through. Like, let's be there for each other. I love it when people are reaching out to me and watching my videos and stuff, and they're like, oh my gosh, like, I'm experiencing the same thing. I love your videos because you're helping me. But it's just, I love it. I love feeling that energy. And I feel like it's a good interaction with other people. I don't know. I love it. Thank you guys so much for doing that. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys supporting me as well. You know, YouTube is kind of weird. And it's weird putting yourself out there, especially with like, this whole pregnancy thing. This is when I'm really putting myself out there into the world and online. So it's a lot. It's a little bit to handle, but I'm okay with it. And I'm really loving and enjoying the energy so far. So thank you guys so much for that, and encouraging me to do this more. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys again so much for watching this video. And if you like it, don't forget, leave a like and subscribe if you are not already a part of the family. But thank you guys so much. Bye.